childhood influences the formation of our personality. I had a terrible childhood myself. My father worked down the mines, which wasn't easy when you're a hat manufacturer. Life was very difficult for me because, you see, both my parents were members of the Communist Party. Me mum had never let me join the Scouts or the Boys' Brigade because they are neo-imperialist fascist cadre groups. I could have joined the Woodcraft folk, paramilitary wing of the Co-op. But I didn't fancy that, quite honestly, so in the end, I joined the Soviet Red Army, age of 7½. I was in the Merseyside branch of the 9th Gorky Rifles.
We apologise for the absence of Alexei Sayle in this week's edition of Alexei Sayle's Stuff. We're attempting to right the problem, but in the meantime, the programme will continue in Leslie Crowther only.
But I remember the bestest thing about my childhood was the Saturday afternoon drives to Stalingrad. We'd all pile into the old converted Panzer hatchback, have a paddle in the Black Sea, cream tea on the Odessa steps, and still be home to listen to our favourite show on the radio.
How old is your grandfather, Mrs. Stetson?
He's 73, and he's very infirm, and up to now we've received the £4.50 bedridden allowance. But now I've had a letter from the Social Security to say this may be withdrawn, as he sometimes gets up to go to the toilet.
Yes, well, it will depend on how many times his feet actually touch the ground. Can he hop at all?
I'm sorry?
Well, if he can hop to the lavvy, he may qualify for a reduced benefit of £3.86 a week.
Well, he can just about hobble around if he holds on to the poodle.
Well, he won't get any benefit there. You'd be better off nailing one of his feet to the floor, which would entitle him to £1.29 partial immobility allowance.
I see.
How are his waterworks, Mrs. Stetson?
Well, I mean, they're a bit dicky, actually.
Right. Have you tried claiming the £3.47 incontinence relief?
Well, I mean, we're loath to do that, as we've been told it might cut off his fire risk payment.
That is a problem, isn't it, for the old folk?
Yes, I'm afraid people with leaky bladders are, by law, deemed to have their own emergency sprinkler system. So it's swings and roundabouts, really. Have you and your family taken a government means test at all?
Yes, but we failed on the trigonometry.
Yes, a lot of people find helical calculus a tricky one. What about medical insurance? Have you got any?
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. I have.
Oh, good. Well, you should be fine then.
Will I?
Yeah, I mean, you'll receive first-class treatment. No problems at all.
Oh, lovely. That is nice to hear. Thank you very much indeed.
No, not at all. Thanks for calling.
Right, thank you. And who's our next government minister who wants to annoy Mrs. Stetson?